All right, Wolfpack Nation, we are here with a guy who needs no introduction for sure, the tongue master himself. Where I don't know if that's a nickname, but I mean, obviously that's the thing that
Oh
stands
my
out with this
gosh.
guy for sure. So
Tongue
Kai Orine
master.
here for sure. Obviously, huge match tonight, Kai.
Yes, thank you.
Obviously,
Thank you.
being the number 6 wrestler in the country. How much confidence would you say you kind of came into tonight with? I mean, obviously to pull off such a huge win like that.
Yeah. Well, at this level, numbers are kind of irrelevant at this point. We go out there. Those tough guys at every number, whatever you think they are. But that's just somebody I've wrestled, many times now in the past. Well, a few times, maybe not many, but
Yeah.
it's a seasoned competitor that I've taken losses to in the past.
Yeah.
And more than it being like a rankings battle was just that was more of a pride battle for me. It was finally getting that one back because in my heart, for a long time, I felt like I've been able to hang with the best guys in the country right there, and he's just been somebody who's been able to edge me out just barely every time now.
Yep.
And to finally get one back on him, and in no way in like a bitter sense, but as a competitor and as a professional in the sport at this time, like to get that one back finally it was very big. And
Yep.
it was a big emotional outburst kind of moment for me. So
Yeah.
very important to get that one back for myself.
Well, and obviously, throughout, watching you throughout your career, you've always been, at least to me, stood out. Your defense really stood out. But tonight, your writing really stood out. Obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like you controlled that. So, I mean, was that something that you really wanted to focus on heading in tonight?
In the moment, there really wasn't anything like going into gameplay. Like, honestly, before the match, it was just go out and wrestle your match. It was coaches went out there. They told me you're a free man, go wrestle a match.
Yeah.
So I went out there and I did it. In the moment, whenever I was in that position, and I was riding tough. Every time we took a reset, it was I'm riding him right now. I'm riding him. I'm doing this right now. I'm doing this for me.
Yeah.
And in the moment, it wasn't even counting down the seconds. You were just trying to get more and more time on the clock for me without even really thinking about it. So again, that was more of a pride in like beating him in the match rather than like trying to beat him in numbers or beat him on the scoreboard. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And then kind of talking a little bit. Obviously, the fans are absolutely phenomenal tonight for sure. And so like, can you kind of talk a little bit about how much the fans really made an impact?
Oh yeah, no, I mean this is what dreams are made of, right? This as wrestlers, we come to these dual meets when we're kids, and we want to be in that position and be able to make a scene for a crowd and get the crowd going at the end, and then finally to close out a duel like that with a big win, just trying to just feel the passion of the moment, let the feelings flow, and kind of let them come out. I do my thing now. I kind of like to flex for the crowd, stick my tongue out. That's just embracing my radical nature, growing up being a rowdy kid and then having teammates that really just inspire me to be just as crazy as I possibly can be.
Yep.
So I get to go out and see Trent Hartley kind of make the impact that he has, and being able to embrace the psycho mentality. So just having teammates that really endorse and just kind of push that passion out of you, and then being able to just kind of show the fans just how much you love the sport, the passion the sport you have for the sport,
Exactly.
and the competitive nature that it can really bring out of a person. So.